It's been almost 6 months since Trinity dropped into our lives, and this week we find out just how empty the house feels without her when we end up separated from her for nearly 24 hours. You ready?
I'm not gonna ever be ready.
In order to try to distract ourselves, we explore a rock formation with a name you'd rather forget. Did you tell them about the one regulation they have at Corona Arch? We protect the RV from the sun better than we protect our own skin.
Yep, that's happening.
And we find out just how much of a pain it might be to try to get Cody and Trinity into Alaska. But first, we need to pack up the RV, find some propane, and hopefully score an epic free boondocking spot outside of one of the Southwest's most iconic destinations.
You ready for today? You ready to go? I am kind of sad that we're leaving this place because it was so nice.
It has been incredible.
Just to like get work done, get the decals done, which if you missed that in the last video, go and watch that. At least to just appreciate our hard work.
Yes, please appreciate it. We only have, I think it's 111 miles.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
And it'd be 90 miles if we didn't have to go to a dump station, but we have to go a little out of our way to get to the dump station.
Yeah.
But
So,
it's gonna be glorious.
Very short travel day, so hopefully we'll get in around lunchtime. Actually, I take that back because I just checked my watch and the time is almost 10 o'clock. So early afternoon arrival. I totally thought we got out earlier than we did.
I took my time this morning and the hitch was filthy, so I had to clean that off. And I hadn't put the motorcycle up last night, so it took me some time to get everything ready this morning. I also may not have been rushing just because I knew that it was just 100 miles. So sometimes when you know that you don't have as far to go, you fill that time.
You can really see the mountains this morning.
You haven't been through here when you can see it, have you?
No, because the last time I went to through Blanding was the day that it was like really dusty and you could hardly see anything. I don't know if we can drive through this. You can't see hardly anything. Are these the ones that are outside Moab? Or are these a different
No, these are different ones. I forget the name of them, but yeah, when we went with the wind, you could hardly, we could almost see it when we were at Blanding. We're still 20 miles from Blanding and almost clear as day.
And speaking of Moab, that is where we're headed today. So not out of Utah yet. I'm a little gun shy at getting too far north too soon just because the weather can be so unpredictable in April. So we are gonna have to skedaddle after Moab though, I think. We've got a couple of appointments. One is for her. We're finally getting the Trinity spayed, so we don't have to worry about puppies anymore. So as long as that goes smoothly, I'm thinking we should only be there a week. But of course, because we're boondocking, we can be really flexible. So if we do need to take her in for another checkup, we can stay a little bit longer and then just expect to do a few back-to-back travel days.
They also fill propane here, and we're really hoping that they're open. It's a Sunday. We're out. We ran out this morning. About 6 o'clock this morning, the fridge started beeping. So we got to find it somewhere.
Are they open?
Nope.
Oh no.
All right.
So is there another place here that does propane, or is this just
I know there's propane places in Moab. I'll look one up on my phone.
I mean, it's
too.
not like we need heat. It's just when you're boondocking to put the fridge on electric.
Yeah, we wouldn't be
the
able
whole
to.
time. It'll
we
just
wouldn't
drain the batteries. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
Let's talk at the same time. We wouldn't be able to run the fridge all night on the batteries that we have. Awkward.
It is awkward.
Do you see what I see?
Propane tank.
No?
Nope.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Isn't there a worker in there?
He said the machine's broken. Hasn't been working for months. I'm like, you might want to take your sign down. He's like, what sign? I'm like, the one by the road.
That is so ridiculous. Don't advertise if you can't fill it.
The exchange. Do you fill propane or just have the exchanges?
We have small, 1 gallons of propane. We don't refill or anything.
We are, I guess, just gonna drive to Moab right now. We still have to dump in town.
So can you just use
There's
this?
a worker. They're filling.
Yay!
Oh man, we get small
This
joys.
is so exciting. Oh my word.
They say this breed.
Okay, let's not stress her out and let's just
They say this breed is.
stop. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I just
They say this breed is really intelligent, but there are times I question. Trinity. Oh my goodness, her back is all.
I know her back is all
Hey.
spiked.
Hey, Trin.
It's okay. It's okay. It was just a little sticker. It was
Trinity,
a sticker. It was not a real dog.
It's a sticker.
Hey, go get us some propane.
Will do. But first of all, highway robbery.
How much?
Cost us $40 a tank. So $83 to fill them both.
Must be nice to just burn cash.
I wish I'd known that. I would have only filled one.
It looks like the dump is way back there.
Nobody's there.
Even though it was a short travel day, that felt like it took forever. I think because the water and the dump are separate, which sometimes happens.
I like that you're thinking that the travel day's over.
What do you mean?
Well, we've got 10 miles.
Yeah, to get to our boondocking spot, that's like nothing.
This is Moab. There could be potentially no spots available for us, at which point travel day continues.
I think we'll be okay. I have a good feeling about this.
Alrighty. I'm leaning on your good feelings.
Last time we were in Moab, it was 2020. In October, we did all 5 Utah national parks in the month of October, which was just crazy, but it was also a lot of fun. So it's cool being back here to see what's changed, what's the same, and we still have to figure out what activities we're gonna do while we're here. I'm sure there's gonna be some hiking.
Yeah.
At least.
I just don't think we're going to have a lot of time for
No,
activities.
not-
We got appointment tomorrow. We've got Trinity appointment
On Wednesday.
On
Yeah.
We want to be out of here by next Sunday, and we still have to edit a video and all that. So I honestly think we're going to have time for
One thing?
one thing maybe.
Oh, we gotta make it good. So last time we were in Moab, which is October 2020, we stayed at Willow Spring Road. But something that they're doing around here is charging money for boondocking spots. And I think it's because it's under a state park authority now.
And quite possibly because people were abusing the land, kind of like we talked about in our last video. We don't know this for sure, but the more
Yeah.
people you have, the more litter, the more upkeep.
Or just because there's more crowds and they're
Right.
trying to I don't know, lessen the amount of people that are walking through the land.
It's a bummer though. It's a bummer that you have to pay to dry camp,
It
which is why we're here.
Why we're here, because it's free and we get to see the tips of the mountains. Not quite from our RV.
Nope.
But if we back up a little bit, we can see them. But I would say big rigs could get down here, no problem.
Oh, for sure. There is.
Totally
So
fine.
we're back here. It's a little tight back here. There's another road we could have taken that I kind of walked up a little bit, but there's a lot of rigs that go up there. There's some big toy haulers. It does seem to be an ATV paradise. There are a lot of motorcycles, dirt bikes, ATVs riding around here. So that's one thing I like about this spot is we're kind of off the beaten path. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of ATV traffic to deal with.
Because it is Moab. I mean, that's what you do here. You hike and you ride toys.
And of course, we're gonna give you all the details about the boondocking spot. So first up, cell service. T-Mobile was giving us 1 bar and not really connecting to anything. Verizon, 2 bars. Maybe if you have a cell booster, you might be able to get these systems to work for you, but for us, it just wasn't working. So again, it's Starlink. And I gotta tell you, Starlink has been an actual lifesaver for us. We went 5 years without Starlink, and coming to a spot like this, we would end up getting back in the truck and moving to a new spot because we didn't have adequate cell service. So again, truly, Starlink for the win.
These tumbleweeds are so pointy and scratchy. They're terrible. There we go, I'm all set. Obviously, there's Arches National Park nearby, there's Canyonlands National Park, so a ton of things that you can do and see in this area. I think we've narrowed it down to doing Corona Arch, doing that hike. It's like less than a 3-mile hike, and we haven't done it yet. It's not even inside a park, so I'm really excited to see a new natural arch in the area. So of course, we'll take you along for that. And the best part is you're only 11 miles from Moab, so you've got a grocery store, you've got the water and dump fill, so basically everything you could ever want, except a Walmart.
Maybe that's not a bad thing.
Our next kind of thing to do is to take Trinity to the vet, which I'm obviously like really nervous about, so we'll see how that goes.
I don't get to feed you breakfast this morning. I'm sorry.
There you go. Where are you going?
Ooh, that was a leap. You ready?
I'm not gonna ever be ready, but the sooner we can get this over with, the sooner we can get her back.
If you're new to the channel, we have had Trinity now for 6 months, and this will be our first night without her since we adopted her back in November. So does that equal 6 months? Approximately, somewhere in there. We almost gave her up at a shelter because we weren't sure if she was gonna, you know, get along with the rabbit, but turns out they're best buds. Well, I don't know if they're best buds, but they tolerate each other. But today, it's just weird. It's just weird dropping her off and not having her for the rest of today and through. That was a rock. Through the rest of today and tonight, it's gonna be. She doesn't bark, but it's still gonna be a quiet house, and so we're gonna try to distract ourselves as much as possible through the day.
When we first adopted her, we had no idea if she was spayed or not. Like, we could tell that she'd probably had puppies. That was very apparent. And then a month or so ago, we realized that she was actually in heat. So no puppies, obviously no spayed. So we finally found a vet in Moab that we're gonna get it done at. It's okay. It's okay. Well, we did it, and we're supposed to pick her up at 1 o'clock, or no, not pick her up.
I wish we were picking her up.
I wish
at
we were
1.
picking her up. We're supposed to call at 1 to see how she did. I know that they need to keep her overnight just to like watch her, but I feel like she's gonna be so much more comfortable at home. I think when we call, if she's done really well, maybe we'll be like, hey, do you think she can come home?
Yeah,
like,
it's worth a
we
shot.
might try it just because. I don't know. She'll probably do fine. It's a routine procedure, but the fact that like this isn't our normal vet, like getting a vet on the road is so difficult, and we have never even talked to the vet. They just had us like drop her off, so like that feels kind of weird.
Yeah, we had to do the whole thing based off Google reviews.
So I guess we're just gonna go try to distract ourselves. Like, rather than go immediately home where her presence or like not will be felt, we're gonna go on a short hike, and try to get our mind off things, but I don't know how enjoyable this will be.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very successful. I think our brain's gonna be on Trinity all day long.
Yep.
Aw, there's Trinity's leash. We're filming each other.
This hike was actually recommended to us by an Instagram follower. She said it was her favorite hike in this area.
Which is high praise, because you got Canyonlands here, you've got
and arches. Yeah, and this hike is on BLM land. It's not in either of the national parks. So I'm excited to try it out. If we were hiking in the shade, I think I would have needed this, but
I think we've been a total of a quarter mile, and the coat's already coming off.
Are you gonna take yours off?
Yes, I am. I'm sweating.
Is this our first look? I can't see it yet, but I feel like over this plateau. No. That was very disappointing.
Hi.
We found a dog. The whole point of this hike was to be a distraction from thinking about Trinity.
It's not working.
And the only thing we can do is think about how much Trinity would love this hike.
I'm really not sure whether or not they put these paint swatches close enough to keep us aware of where the trail is. Paint splotch. Paint splotch. So, is this as daring as
Angel's Landing?
Angel's Landing?
No. I'm gonna try to do it without the chains.
Oh, really?
So, we'll
Miss
see.
Daring
I
over
know.
here. I'm just
And
gonna
let's try
stand right
not
here
to
and
touch
watch.
anything.
Did you touch the ground?
I did not touch the ground.
Great, now I feel like I have to do it too.
Yep.
Woo, piece of cake.
Now going down is a different
Yeah, I was
story.
gonna say down is gonna be a little more challenging. Now we've got a ladder. So you use 2 hands, we're going hands-free.
Show off.
I was worried I was gonna slip and impale myself at the end. Kalyn,
Yeah.
I'm out of hiking shape.
Problem is, we spent so much time working on those decals, we lost our hiking shape.
That and this was only a, what, 2-mile hike? And I didn't pipe
3
much water
mile.
because it was just a 3-mile hike. I didn't realize it was gonna be this much climbing. Everybody has their dogs. That's not helping.
No, we should have picked a different
Oh
trail.
my goodness.
I would say overall, this is a great little trail. It's like 3 miles round trip or just under 3 miles. You've got a few fun obstacles to overcome. So it's not that long. You get a big payoff at the end and you don't have to pay to get into one of the national parks or try to deal with all the timed entry reservations that are going on these days. So I definitely recommend this hike if you're in the Moab area. Although I did forget to mention that you kind of get a 2-for-1 here because you have bow tie arch, but I don't feel like it is that as impressive as Corona. But 2 arches for the price of 1 hike.
Did you tell them about the one regulation they have at Corona Arch? So unlike the rest of the arches at this one, you have to stay 6 feet away from it at all times.
What? Too soon?
Look at how full this parking lot is. Oh my word. And it's noon, so I would not wait.
One other tip, even though it's a 3-mile hike, take more water than we did.
And put sunscreen on. I feel like I'm gonna be burned over here. I put it on my face, but yep, that's happening.
A restaurant has been chosen. What's the name of it?
Gloria's.
Gloria's.
It has smoothie bowls, and it also has like breakfast, lunch, and dinner stuff too.
All right, we're gonna eat. Check back in with you in a minute.
So we stopped at a store on the way back, and look what I got to commemorate Trinity's spay. This little dog. This is Moab. Which, it's 1 o'clock, so we're gonna call.
Alright, so Trinity had a pyometra, which is basically just an infection in the uterus. So we got that taken care of and removed. Because of that, there was a difficulty charge on there. But other than that, Trinity did well and she's recovering fine.
When he started saying she had like
infection, yeah.
on her uterus, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
He said it, yeah, he did not start with, she's doing well, she's recovering.
Which, yeah, that just makes my heart like
set me for a loop for a second.
Yeah.
But overall, that's really good news that she's doing well, even though we're gonna have to sit and wait. Kalyn, you wanna update the Instagram people?
Yeah, I know they've been on pins and needles and I've got lots of messages to sort through. We just called the vet and Trinity did great, but she had like a uterine infection.
Why do you make such noises?
Because I'm old. You taking the Codesters?
I got a cuddle with some Fluffy.
All right. Next up on the distract myself from the fact that Trinity is at the vet is going to be putting UV protectant on the RV so that these decals last nice and long, because we put so much work into them. If you missed the last video or a few videos ago when we did this project, and I say last video and a few videos ago because it literally took us a long time to get it done, you can click the links or find the thumbnails and go back and watch those. But I am going to take this Meguiar's, see, I said it right this time, Meguiar's car wash, and wash down the side of the RV, and then this 303 UV protectant, and we're just gonna go over the entire RV and make it so it doesn't get sunburned.
While he's working on the decals, I'm gonna do some Alaska planning. And in particular, I want to just kind of like dump all the stuff in my brain. I've got tons of tabs open about it, about the things that we need to do before we cross the border, the things that we need to buy, the things that we need to stock up on, make sure we have all our medications, all Trinity's, like flea and tick medication. And there's grocery items that we just want to buy multiples of so that we don't have to spend the insane amount of money that I hear groceries cost up there. I use Notion, which is an app that you can like do note taking, and you can build very robust organization systems in it. This is actually what I do as part of my business at kalynbrook.com, is I help people kind of get their life sorted, particularly in using this app. So I've built a travel planner in here that is my lifeline for just all the RV travel and trip planning, where we go and everything. So I have an Alaska planning tab, and I'm gonna open that up and just dump some thoughts, try to sort them and organize them. All right, it's 8 o'clock. I think I'm done. I've got leftovers in the microwave. I think Joseph is almost done too. How'd it go?
Finally done. That was a process.
That was a process. I had a process too. Would you like me to tell you about my process?
Yes, tell me all about your process. Is this about the animals?
Yes, that's actually like the worst part, I think, is bringing animals into Canada and Alaska, because there's a lot of rules and it's just very stressful. Going into Canada is fairly easy. Dogs just need proof of their rabies shot. But all pets going into Alaska, that's a bit of a different story. Each pet actually needs a CVI, a certificate of veterinary inspection. And it doesn't seem like Border Patrol will ask you for it, but a state trooper might if they pull you over and do a spot check. Plus, if you have to take your pet to see a vet for any reason in Alaska, they're gonna wanna see your health certificate. But that is not all I discovered. So when it comes to pet food, you can only take 44 pounds of pet food from the United States into Canada. It would be like 3 bags of rabbit food or 1 bag of dog food. So we kind of have to like choose in between. I wanted to stock up on more things, and I don't know that I can at this point, at least when it comes to pets. Well, we're gonna eat our little
Catch whatever we can grab supper.
just whatever. Leftovers, yogurt, granola.
Hey, it's not peanut butter and jelly. You should be proud.
It's a snacky dinner, but I think we're just, let's see, you gotta edit video tonight. It's already after 8, so we just hope that we sleep well tonight without Trinity and morning comes quickly. We get to pick up Trinity. Oh, hang on.
Mic issues?
My mic fell out. We get to pick up Trinity.
As you can tell, we're a little excited.
So I called, or no, you called. I don't like talking on the phone. The vet to talk about that health certificate to see if like we could get one today. And they did say yes.
But they asked us a question we don't have an answer to. They're like, we need to know what address you're going to in Alaska.
It's a big state.
Everywhere?
We didn't abandon you. Love you. So apparently no cone.
No cone. No cone of shame. They said we can use a like backwards t-shirt if
she starts messing with
them, but so far
no baths for 2 weeks.
I think she's holding a bit of a grudge.
She
with
doesn't,
us.
I'm a little sad. She doesn't seem that excited.
We'll see what she's like when we get her home.
They did say again that they need a physical address in Alaska of where we're going. We're like, we're going everywhere. They're like, well, can you just give us an address of where you're staying? I don't know where we're staying yet. I do have a relative in Alaska who lives in Juneau that gave us her address, and thankfully she allowed us to use it. So what a pain. Like, addresses when we're on the road just always seems to be the hang up for people.
It is a huge challenge, and people are like, just the first place you're stopping, and it's like, well, the first place we're stopping is going to be like BLM land or something like that.
You want the outpost at Chicken, Alaska? Like, we're home, Trin.
You ready, Trin? We're home. Hey, the tail's wagging.
Aww.
You're beating a drum back there.
Come on. Good girl. Well, we are going to keep an eye on her for the next few days. We're just so happy that she's home. We don't have to worry anymore.
And she's all microchipped.
Yes, everything's like kind of coming together. So thanks so much for watching this week's episode.
And we'll see you in the next one.